What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and we are on the test center on Marvel Heroes. And shout outs to Valbor Paradox on Twitter for letting me know. I kind of knew this was coming. I didn't know it was up yet, but we have a visual update on my favorite character. That's not Deadpool. In Marvel Heroes, and it is Nova. And let's actually start off with
We're a
Rich.
team,
I'm sorry,
Flyboy. Don't
Sam
count me out.
Alexander, because they did an update for both Sam and Rich, and I have to say, Sam needed an update very badly. Um, now, keep in mind this is the test center, so these are not necessarily the final changes. Um, but I'll tell you, Sam's previous version of the costume looked very, very cartoonish, and now he kind of has a little bit of, I guess, the respect he deserves. He, all right, so I know that might sound weird coming from me because I have railed on Sam Alexander the entire time he's existed, but I've kind of come around on him. So here's what I can say a little bit about this costume update. It looks great. I mean, the the original Sam Alexander costume looked very cartoony, like I said. The one thing that I'm a little iffy on is the gold looks a little dark. I think this should be a little bit of a lighter shade. But that I might be wrong. It's very possible that I'm wrong. And his mouth looks a little weird when he yawns. I would love it if they just did away with the yawning animation altogether and maybe gave him something else. You know, he is kind of coming into his own. Like this pose right here is pretty cool. Um, but you know, the yawning isn't necessary anymore. He's not the same bratty kid that he used to be. But anyway, enough about this schmuck. I still got to get one. Got something in there. I've seen a picture of the new Rich Rider costume, and oh wow, actually, it does look really cool. So here's what I would say. Going into this, I didn't really think that this costume needed a big update because I feel like Rich Rider is like this costume out of all like the year one ish costumes because he was supposed to be year one. I don't know if he actually came out in year one. There was the whole issue with them wanting to put out Ryder and not Alexander, and them having to fight that, make Ryder the primary. I think that's what the issue was. Um, Again, the gold I think is just a little bit too dark. And what is going on with the helmet? This right here, what is going on? He has a smooth bucket, man. Like he is the total bucket head. This seems unnecessary. And I don't know if this is like the final, but look, they work really, really hard on this stuff. I totally get it. Like I said, even though I thought this was unnecessary to update, um, because the previous version of it looked amazing for being one of the early costumes that was designed. Um, I actually love the update from the neck down.
Man, I better
I
not
just
be
really
an
feel
LMD
like
who's convinced
the
himself
gold
he's the real
on
thing.
both costumes, I think the gold is a little too dark, and the helmet, man, like the lines, the design on it, it doesn't need to be that way. And let's actually do this. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's just a carryover. Yeah, like see, they're different helmets, but Sam's helmet does have all those markings and everything, but it's a different helmet. Rich Rider's helmet is totally smooth, you know. And I don't remember who told me this, but shout outs to whoever told me just to hold down the shift button and I could spin the characters. I've been told also the original costume got updated a little bit, and yeah, it actually does. It does look like it got updated because it was also a little cartoonish. Um, but see, like this yellow, like I'm not saying that the Rich Rider costume needs to be this yellow, but as you can see, like it's always been a lighter shade of gold, a little bit. Again, maybe I'm wrong, I mean, I'm rocking a GTX 1080 graphics card, so like my graphics are pretty good. But the helmet, like now, keeping in mind that the Rich Rider like Nova Prime helmet doesn't look exactly like this, but the smoothness of this helmet is exactly the way that Rider's helmet is supposed to be. And even I think if you go into um, the new Nova comics, I'm pretty sure his helmet is that way too. I don't know if I'm able to pull it up right this second, but it's that's my only issue, and I know it might seem nitpicky, and that's just me, like I mean this is right. I honestly like for a long time in my life, Deadpool has been my favorite comic book character. I'll honestly I'll give you like the hierarchy of my favorite, or I don't know if the hierarchy is the way it goes, but like the lineage, the history, if you will, of my favorite comic book characters. Like the first favorite comic book character I can ever remember having when I was younger was Hawkeye. Not Hawkeye, Hawkman, because I had a Hawkman toy, and I had a bunch of the DC Friends, toys when I was younger, and Hawkman was my favorite. The first comic book I ever bought um, was Darkhawk, and Darkhawk became my favorite comic book character until I discovered Deadpool, like many, many, many years ago. So it literally went Hawkman, Darkhawk, Deadpool, and now ever since Annihilation, like actually let me take that back. Ryder became a quick number two after Annihilation, but he also when he died, like absence certainly makes the heart grow fonder, because when he died, I like the fact that he was gone made me appreciate and love the character that much more. So he's literally like a 1A 1B situation with Deadpool. That says a lot because I adore Deadpool, like way before he was in either movie. That's counting Wolverine Origins as well. So um, uh, honestly, this costume does like all three costumes, like the updates they're doing are fantastic. Like I'm so happy that they're able to get these characters looking just that much better. And this one too. Like honestly, I wasn't expecting this one to look like that much better. I didn't think there's really that much more they could do, but they certainly did. My only beef is like with the Nova, with Rich Rider and Sam Alexander. I think the gold is a little dark, uh, and the helmet. Like this helmet is not right. I mean, it's just not right. So we need to hopefully do something about that. Like I mean, if they left it this way, I wouldn't cry about it, but it's weird, man. That does not look right for Rich. So I mean, maybe they're gonna pull out some source material and say, look, see, it was like this, but I mean, maybe for one time, I don't know. Like, if this was a different costume altogether with that helmet, I'd be cool with it. Also, there is a poll going on the Marvel Heroes forums, and you have the opportunity to vote for a new Rich Rider costume being included. It is Rich Rider as Quasar wearing the quantum bands. It's not Quasar as an enhanced costume. It's literally Rich Rider wearing the quantum bands. I think that I don't know if that happened in. I don't think that happened in Annihilation. I think it happened in either War of Kings or Realm of Kings. Um, but it's been a while because they found like Wendell Vaughn was dead, and nobody ever stays dead. So anyway, man, Marvel Heroes team does a great job. I love the game. Still sad about the charge situation, but the
That
costume
symbiote is
just
gonna
looks
kill its host
fantastic.
eventually, then it'll come
I
after
didn't really
me.
think they could
I'm
improve,
not gonna let
you know,
that happen.
one of my favorite costumes in the game. Easily the best default costume in the game. It just seems a little dark. Like even the blue is a little dark. Um, but it is what it is. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you to Valvor Paradox on the Twitter machine for thinking of me and making sure I checked this out. So, this is how you earn a shout out. I don't just give them. So, saying, hey, shout me out in a video doesn't work. Gotta earn it. So, hey, hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you.